This is the co-founder of Chainlink right here, Sergey Nazarov. All right, guys. What you're gonna hear is synchronization, compliance, and how vital it is, okay, to interoperate these different chains. Okay, Chainlink in particular is responsible for over 70% of connecting these different blockchains, okay, in the DeFi space, over 70%. So if you can understand, without projects like Chainlink, guys, this is why I say you almost can't afford to not hold Chainlink or Quant, and especially XRP in particular, guys. These are the certain projects that are about to change the financial system on a magnitude that you can't even understand, on a scale that is unexplainable, guys. Okay, literally, we are talking about synchronizing these financial institutions, TradFi, traditional financial institutions that are already compliant, okay, to the new institutions in DeFi, decentralized financing, okay? If traditional finance has already met compliance, okay, how do we get decentralized, the decentralized financial institutions, how do we get them to become compliant? That is the largest and the most important issue in getting these transactions, okay, to be legally done, right? What we're trying to say. All right, guys, so check it out.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. Good to see many of you again. Chainlink, on the topic of DeFi, powers approximately 70% of DeFi globally and over 85% of DeFi on top chains like Ethereum, providing data and other key services to make sure that the infrastructure underpinning the transactions and operations of DeFi are correctly executed. We also have a lot of experience working with stablecoins, powering their proper execution. Basically, we're the largest provider of proof of reserves, which is the technology that stops over minting events and incorrect minting of stablecoins, which I think will be particularly valuable this new stablecoin environment. We're also the most reliable provider of bridging technology for the capital markets, working with large organizations like SWIFT, the DTCC, JP Morgan, UBS, and others. So we cover the gamut of both powering the DeFi community and now well along into powering the capital markets transition into the, just like 5 different names, the digital asset, new revolutionary thing. So yeah, that's what we do. So there's like two dimensions to interoperability in the TradFi world because of the existing investment in systems. So the first level of interoperability is getting the existing systems to work with chains, the existing data sources, the existing backend systems, the existing messaging standards such as SWIFT. All of these existing systems need to become synchronized. And this is where you hear terms like digital twin and fund tokenization and other areas. So there's one level of problems where you have to synchronize existing data, existing backends, existing messaging standards with the chains, right, for basic operations. And our position is that those existing systems are not going to be going away. There's a huge investment in them. They're highly regulated. They meet legal requirements. They meet a lot of very key requirements. So the challenge there is synchronizing them. This is the work we've done with SWIFT, the DTCC, and other groups that power those systems in big ways. The second level of interoperability is the cross-chain level, and that's because you have a lot of fragmentation, and that's happening because the cost of generating a chain is becoming lower and lower. So as the cost of generating a chain is cheaper, and as it's easier and easier for more institutions to make chains, there will be more chains. Also, there's various fee dynamics and other benefits to having your own chain. And there's also more and more public chains as long as VCs can make money from flipping a public blockchain coin. So as long as VCs can fund a public blockchain coin, and as long as that public blockchain coin can return a large amount of capital to them as a result of their initial investment, you can expect more public chains as well, because that's a very financially attractive business model for many people. So there's more chains. More chains creates siloed capital. Siloed capital creates risk and creates limitations to market growth. So you need standards, you need standardized ways to synchronize the existing systems and to synchronize the chains as they grow in amount and fragmentation. So that's what we have a lot of experience with. One of the main challenges that we found in working on that, different from doing it in the DeFi community, doing it in the capital markets community, is there's a lot of requirements around compliance. There's a lot of requirements around accounting, books and records, and all these different requirements that a transaction has. So the challenge in the capital markets with interoperability is not just connecting two systems, whether they're an existing system to a chain or whether it's a chain to another chain. It's getting the connection to result in a transaction that meets the books and records requirements, that meets the compliance requirements, and that meets whatever other requirements the regulator or the counterparties may have from the transaction, right? So that's the challenging thing, really, is making the transaction actually happen against all of those, accounting, compliance, identity, regulatory requirements. I'm really thrilled to see events like this. I'm really thrilled about the SEC's new direction and the CFTC's upcoming direction, because that'll simplify that problem. But there will be a period of probably 2 to 5 years where you have to create a kind of hybrid system where the old requirements through the old systems still need to be met, but the new system needs to meet them. So that is kind of the challenging thing for transactions, I would say, in the next 2 to 5 year period.